What is good, NIO family? It's your boy Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about the one and only NIO and why I'm still super bullish for the long-term future of this company, despite it being in the red right now. I'm also going to talk about the overall stock market and what pieces of news just came out that are going to be affecting it. I'm going to talk about other pieces of news affecting NIO as well before I end this video with what NIO just put on their Twitter page. That makes me super excited. But before I do talk about NIO's Twitter page and its share price, I do have to mention some very important things. First off, I'm not a financial legal taxation expert, so don't take this as financial legal taxation advice. Everything in this video is solely for entertainment purposes only. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. And not only benefits me, but benefits the entire NIO community as a whole. And the last thing is, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link below and in the description. If you do sign up, you're not only going to qualify for an iPhone 13 Pro giveaway, but you're also going to get up to 5 free stocks, each worth up to $3,500. With that out of the way, guys, let's get on with the video. So looking at NIO, it's down about 1.75% for the day, which is actually not horrible, but it is still a red day. But you do have to know something very important. If you look at Tesla, it's down 4.98% in the red. If you look at the SPY, if you look at the NASDAQ, everything is just in the red today, guys. The entire market took a beating. I want to talk about that first before I go on into specific detail about NIO. So let's talk about why is the market so red right now? What is going on? What's causing the market to dip? Well, look at this piece of news right over here. It has been reported that inflation is out of control, guys. It's time for the Fed to start raising interest rates. And this is something that may end up playing out very soon, much sooner than anticipated, actually. And here's the reason why. So first off, guys, my video from last week, I talked about how the CPI data showed that inflation was up over 6.8%. And also, guys, it's important to note that the Fed is now going to have a big meeting and they're going to be announcing some very important things, their policy changes this Wednesday. So remember, Wednesday is just 2 days away. It depends on what time you're watching this, guys. I know that, but on Wednesday in the United States, that's when they're going to be announcing what they're going to be doing with these policy changes. And it's very probable, it's not guaranteed, but it's very probable that they're going to be raising interest rates as soon as possible to address inflation. So why is this an issue for the overall market? Well, when inflation tends to go up, the Fed has to address it. And on top of that, they do that by raising interest rates. When they raise interest rates, guys, a lot of big investors, institutional investors, they start pumping money into bonds and other places like that that make individual stocks like NIO or Tesla less enticing. Now, that doesn't mean that these companies are dead. They're never going to explode. It just means that that could lead to a market correction, which a lot of people have been anticipating. Now, does that mean that inflation, or should I say the interest rates, are going to go up immediately? It does not guarantee that, but it's very probable that that's going to happen. That's the reason why, if you look at the fear and greed index, we're now more on the fearful side compared to before. Now, I also want to note something else that's very important, guys. It's this right over here. A giant Chinese property company known as Evergrande has defaulted on its debt. So what does this mean? How is this affecting NIO and the market? Well, look at this right over here. Basically, a ton of big companies in America, a ton of institutions, they're simply holding on to shares of Evergrande and other positions. Now, they use Chinese money as collateral. They use that in order to short or enter other plays, so to speak, and they have margin requirements. So when this ends up going into bankruptcy, right? If Evergrande ends up going bankrupt, what's going to happen is a lot of these big monies in America, these big institutions, they're going to be losing money. And what's going to happen is they're not going to be able to meet the demands, the margin requirements that they have to meet. So they end up selling other shares. This is the reason why we saw Tesla drop the way it did. This is why a lot of companies started dropping. And the fact that NIO as well may end up dropping quite a bit because of that. Now, I'm not saying that I'm bearish for NIO for the long term. I'm super bullish. This company has insanely awesome fundamentals, which is why I'm invested in this company. I see them absolutely crushing their deliveries, their factories, and everything like that for the long-term future. But for the short term, and I do have to note something that's very uncomfortable, the truth is, just like the large majority of stocks in the market, there's a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt right now that's basically dictating the price of a lot of stocks. So what does this mean? This means that the market may see a bit of a correction, as we don't know exactly what the Fed is going to announce. It's very probable that they're going to announce an increase or a hike in interest rates. So this means that because people are basically thinking that there's going to be a lot of fear, there's going to be some uncertainty, this could lead a lot of stocks to start dipping, including NIO. So right now, NIO is kind of bouncing between support and resistance. It has very strong support at around the $33 range, which we did see it test today. But look at this right over here. The MACD is currently kind of just trading sideways. We don't necessarily know how this is going to go. The RSI is at 43.5. 0.53. So what does this mean, guys? This means that NIO could start to drop just a little bit. And I'm not saying that I don't believe in the company. We do have strong support at 33, but if that doesn't hold, our next very strong level of support would be around 30. So we could dip that low depending on what is announced. Tomorrow is Tuesday. So on Tuesday, I do think we're going to continue with this sell-off because we don't know what the Fed is going to say. And this whole Evergrande situation is still playing out. So does that mean I don't believe in NIO? The answer is no. I do believe in NIO, guys. I believe in the future of this company. This company is going to crush it. I'm super, super excited for what's going to be coming for, how should I say, the next upcoming years, especially with European expansion. NIO Day is around the corner, so I do anticipate that leading up to it, we could still see another run up. But I do want to note that it really depends on the overall market. It depends on what the market allows, because right now the market's not in the most perfect of positions. Now, like I said before, it does not matter too much for the short term. I'm still very bullish for the long term. I still see this thing breaking all-time highs again next year quite easily. I'm super, super excited for the future, so do not let that distract you. Now, when it comes to other pieces of news, I did see some very good things coming out. The Motley Fool did talk about 3 supercharged electric vehicle stocks to buy in 2022 and beyond. If I scroll down, guys, they're talking about NIO, saying that NIO is a very good buy right now. They're talking about how the company has over $7.3 billion on cash in its balance sheet and how absolutely awesome it is in terms of its deliveries. Look at their monthly deliveries. There was one dip right there in October, but that was because of supply chain issues and them improving their factories. But despite that, they've been killing it every single month, absolutely improving their numbers. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see the ET7 expanding all over Europe very, very soon. I can't wait for Norway expansion. I can't wait till they get into Germany. It's going to be absolutely awesome. Now, this right over here, this other Motley Fool article, it basically talks about what I just told you guys. That's the fact that why NIO crashed this morning. It didn't necessarily crash. It did drop like just under 2%. But I just want to talk. They're talking about the whole Evergrande situation, the fact that it's defaulting on its debt and other things like that. So we can expect NIO to drop a little bit more, but I definitely don't think that it's going to be the end of the company, guys. There's a big difference there. It's not the end for NIO. Now, this, in my opinion, could be a very good dip buying opportunity. However, we could anticipate a little bit more downside throughout the beginning of 2022 as well, because of the fact that the Fed may be raising interest rates. So I do want to talk about one other very important thing, and that is the fact that the risk analysis has been changing for NIO. A lot of people are basically saying that NIO is less risky and it's becoming even more better. Now, why am I saying that? That's because of the fact that people are talking about the fact that NIO is absolutely crushing it. They have some very, very good things coming out. And they're also talking about the fact that they have a very good ET7 coming out that's going to be very, very awesome. They're talking about the fact that the risk related to NIO are basically falling further behind its EV rivals. That's a very good sign. Once again, less risk means that the company is just doing better. And the large majority of people are just very, very bullish, guys. Wall Street is very bullish for NIO, SA author as well. And I just think that they're absolutely crushing it. They're growing simultaneously, and they are just, I mean, like I said, they're gonna kill it. I mean, there's not really much else for me to say. I do talk about this almost every day. The play has not changed, is what I'm trying to tell you. So do not let things like this scare you. This is why on their Twitter they announced that according to Allied MR, the global self-driving electric vehicle market will portray a significant growth from 2021 to 2030. Once again, I just want to let you guys know NIO is entering the fully self-driving realm. Now, they're not necessarily there yet. Their cars are not fully self-driving yet, but they're going to be entering that realm too. They're also going to be an AI company technically, and I definitely think it's going to be very awesome. So I can't wait for what this company has for the future. I'm still super bullish. So with that said and done, guys, even though NIO may drop a little bit with the overall market, it may also drop because of what's going on in Evergrande. It may drop just a little bit. I don't think this is the end for NIO, guys. It's not the end, because NIO has insane potential. We're going to see a very good reversal eventually, and we still have a lot of conviction in this play because it's looking very good. The fundamentals are there. So give it a little bit of time. It may dip here and there. Just give it the time it needs, and eventually it will recover. Do not let your emotions get the best of you. And like I said before, this could be a very good buying opportunity for a lot of people that never got to get in at the really low prices NIO was at about a year ago, when it was back at like 20 or even 30, $25 a share. It doesn't matter to me. Now, like I said before, stay strong, remain calm, cool, and collected, and do not let the panic really get to you guys. So thank you for listening. I don't care what's going to happen. I'm very bullish, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Thank you, and peace out.